Hello, my name is Anna, and I'm going to try to answer these four getting started questions for leaders in about 6 minutes to get you rolling. Those questions are, how do I get in to Forefront? How are teachers putting in data? How do I know if teachers are entering data? How do I know what the data is saying? So first off, in regards to getting into Forefront, logging in, you may have Clever or ClassLink through your district. Sometimes what happens with leaders is your teachers log in with Clever or ClassLink, but you still may use Google Sign-On or Google OAuth to get in, or a password. So check with your team about that. And if you are not using Clever or ClassLink, go to app.forefront.education/login. If you have any questions or issues, email support@forefront.education. Our team's going to answer that, and we can either help you troubleshoot or let you know if it's something that needs to be addressed by your district IT, but we can help you narrow that down. When you log in as a leader, you may start on this page. So if you're a district leader, you're going to be seeing all the schools. If you're a building leader, I'm going to click the name of a school. You're going to land on the pacing page of your school. That's how to get in. That's where you'll land. As a leader, you may be supporting teachers with their data entry. So I think it's helpful for you to know how teachers will enter data. Also worth knowing, anything a teacher can do, you can do. So if you are supporting teachers in inputting data for whatever reason, you can do that. To get to the classroom, the way a teacher would see it, just click the last name of that teacher on the pacing page. Then you're going to click the tab of the program where you want to enter data. In this case, I'm doing Universal Screeners for Number Sense, and then click on the name of the assessment. From there, you'll be taken to the spreadsheet where data is entered. One quick note, if you do have parts, which is what we call units, modules, those sort of things, you may have one additional click to get to the correct part. But let's go back to that fall screener. So it works like a spreadsheet. When I first enter my first piece of data after I've clicked in the table, you'll see that I'm prompted to enter the date. Often the default is the day that it is, which we try to pick for you. Forefront uses a recency algorithm that weights most recent data most heavily, so it is important to have the roughly approximate correct date on that. You'll see while I was talking, I went ahead and filled in that data for the student. Quick shortcut for teachers. Let's say this student got all of the questions correct. If I click into the date, I have the option when I go to this three-dot menu of set empty scores to ... And I can set that to the max score, the minimum score, or any number. So worth knowing, that makes things a little easier. That's how teachers enter data. And another component of your role as a leader may be checking and supporting teachers getting their data entered into Forefront. Data becomes more powerful when it is comprehensive. So you can see here that each one of these squares represents an assessment opportunity. And if you see very closely, if you're looking closely here, you can see that we've just got a little bit of blue there. If I hover, I can see that the data that I just entered is showing up. We have 2 out of the 15 students in that class with data. I'm going to drop back to the year before, since this is kind of in the beginning of year state, so we can look at this more comprehensively. You'll see here now that we've got a lot of assessments that are completely filled out. As a leader, if you're looking what teachers might need some additional support in inputting data, if you have expectations around what data should be in, you can come here to confirm that the expected data is being input. Again, I can hover and see that on this particular assessment, the fall screener last year, everybody but Carol Winger got their data in. So helps you see which teachers might need that additional support in inputting data. If I scroll down here, you see we've got the multiple grade levels and can look and see who's gotten data in where. That's a really important prerequisite, helping teachers get their data in so that those data conversations are meaningful. And we have updated our pacing page since Forefront started to try to help make that more visible for you all. Once you've supported teachers in getting their expected data in, the next question is often, what is that data saying? So, a couple ways that you can get to our reporting suite from the pacing page. We want it to be a quick click for you all. Here again, we have our program, which is the name of the whole assessment system. And then I also have the parts, which are the units. Both of those things are clickable. So depending on which one you click will depend what data you end up seeing in the reporting suite. If I click Bridges here, I'm going to get every single one of those assessments in Bridges second edition. If I click Unit 1, I'm just going to get those 3. If I click just fall here, I'm just going to get the fall assessment. But if I click Universal Screeners for number sense, I'm going to be looking at all 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. After I've clicked that, I'm taken to our reporting suite. So we have a lot of resources to support you in using the reporting suite. It's very flexible and it's very powerful. So what we're looking at here is how students did overall on the fall and mid-year screeners. There's no data for spring, so nothing's showing up. Because I went in from the pacing page, I'm looking at the school. So I'm seeing across the school, how did students do? You can also aggregate looking at the whole district. I can do that by editing the cohort after clicking that 3-dot menu. And instead of the schools, I can just click all schools. So then I can get all of that data if I want to do that efficiently. The way you can switch between report types is up here in the upper right. I can click that drop down. Question analysis is a really powerful report for thinking about student instructional support. We're looking at how students did question by question. I can see the names of which students need that additional support by clicking in the data table. I'll be able to see the teachers that I will be able to see the students that I have access to based on my leadership role. So people can see larger cohorts. So again, if I'm a building leader, I can still compare to the district so that I can do some of that collaborative work, but I won't be able to see any data for students that I don't have access to with personally identifying information. So lots you can do in the reporting suite. If you're interested in learning more, one thing you can do is click up here in the upper right where there's a little question mark, and you'll see we have a link that opens our support documents. Once you get in here, we have some resources about accessing the reporting suite, and then some ways to dig into data. We also have resources at forefront.education/training, and there's lots of on-demand webinars and things where you can get a little more in depth than I am doing right now. But I want to keep this short and sweet just to get you started. If you do have any questions or issues, don't hesitate to reach out to that address I shared earlier, support@forefront.education. Best wishes with your back to school for you and your teachers, and we look forward to supporting you.